loves, welcome back to my channel, and today is just another impromptu video. um I want to talk about there'll be sometimes where you may feel like the weight of the world is upon you, especially when you're going through this transition where your thoughts and your mind are causing you a lot of suffering. Going through um, just calling back to home. Um, there's times that you can get to a place to where you feel almost like giving up. Like everything is just, you just get tired. I want to say, just hold on. These times are not the time to think about it, I guess. Think about the struggle. Think about the suffering, the perceived struggle, the perceived suffering that you're dealing with, the racing thoughts that may be going through your mind, even if there's external things that are happening. Um, just these are the times to just rest in that peace, go a little bit deeper. And sometimes in my experience, as I was going through the transitioning of realizing myself, I had these times where it was just heavy. The mind was trying to do everything to get my attention, and I was steadfast on not giving in, even so much to where it felt as if it was turning against me. It was screaming, and the normal stuff that normally do. I think a lot of times the mind does a lot of stuff, and we think that it is just normal, that that's just the way it is. But when you start to observe the mind, then you start to realize how, you know, much of a cloud it is, how unlike really how it is opposite um, than your true nature, how much of an opposite that it is to your true nature. And so you start to recognize things, and then once you do that, it becomes like a foreign entity. Almost. But just hold fast in these times. These times are just letting you know that your breakthrough is right around the corner. At those times where you feel like that the suffering is overwhelming, and you may have perceived stresses from not only within but without, just hold on, because right before you feel like, oh, I can't do another day, and then there's peace. One good thing that in my experience, that happened when I was going through these times that felt as if they were unbearable, or it just got so loud, and the suffering of the nature of that experience, the perceived suffering of that experience just seemed overwhelming. I noticed that it had cycles. It had cycles where it get loud, and then you'll have days that if you just rest inside your being, have those quiet, those silent sittings. Those silent sittings give you hours and hours of peace. Seems like after you do a silent sitting within yourself, where you go to that quiet place, give yourself about 20 minutes, 30, whatever you can do a day. If it's 5 minutes, give yourself 5 minutes of that quiet time. It will give you hours of peace. And then you'll have these cycles where it's peaceful. It'll get to a point where it'll be peaceful, and then the chaos will come, and then it gets peaceful. Then the chaos will come. Then it gets peaceful, but the peaceful times will last a little bit longer and longer. Then one day you'll notice, my goodness, all day it's just been quiet. And you'll be waiting for that time where the mind will come back and just, but it will not. It will just be like it's finally resting. You're retraining, really, your mind. in the true nature that it should be, resting in your heart. Then it'll be a new way of thinking. You will think, but it will come from your heart. You'll feel when something is right. You'll feel, you'll know things. You'll do things intuitively because it'll feel right. Things that are not, that doesn't resonate, you'll know. You won't want it. It's not that you just because you don't resist everything, that you accept everything, but your heart will resonate what vibrates on its same, we can call frequency. So whatever your heart resonates with, it'll be in agreement with that true nature. So you don't have to worry about, how do I make decisions if the mind isn't talking? Oh, you'll intuitively know. It's a knowing now. It's not a decision that really has to be made, because you'll be in direct agreement with the universe that falls in line with your true nature. So just hold fast. I wanted to make this video for those who might be going through the struggles of the mind and trying to find that true nature, and maybe you having that bounce in, bounce back. Sometimes your thoughts will pull you back in, and this doesn't, just because you find yourself, there will be moments where the thoughts, it won't be the same, don't, but there will be moments that something may trigger you to feel suffering, or dwell on something, but it'd be very short. You'll bounce right back pretty quickly. And the same way as you're transitioning, to your true nature, your true being, you will find times where you get caught up in the whirlwind. And before you know, you're watching a movie. It's like watching a movie, you're watching your mind. It's playing scenes that are just imagination. But when you recognize, the moment you recognize, that's when you put your attention back to your heart, to your true being. And you will have to go through these cycles where you do that. In the times that you're, I guess, under the spell, will be a lot less. It'll get less and less as time go past. So don't worry. Don't beat yourself up if you feel like all day you've been daydreaming or you've been inside your mind. Don't beat yourself up. Just when you recognize that you are there inside of a whirlwind and it's causing suffering, you can just pull yourself back. Just get more and more times where you're just observing instead of participating. We don't have to be an active participant, to observe your thoughts. Doesn't mean you don't have to agree with them. You don't have to have judgments with or against it. You just sit and observe it. But as you're observing, your attention needs to rest with your true being. And if there's something nagging, just nagging and nagging and nagging, you can bring your attention to it and then open your heart and let the love just cover it, and it will just dissipate like the cloud that it is. It never lasts forever. And if there's ever anything, that's constantly replaying, just go through that. But it's very important to spend time, with your true nature, so you can understand that means to what your true nature is, with that being, that source, that witness that sees everything but is not a participant in it. Even the actions of the day, that is coming from, the actions from the day, it's not really our true being. That is the creation side of, ourselves, the I am, that active witness, I guess, that participant witness. There's one that participates, and then there's one, our true self, that's just an observer. And it doesn't move. It's timeless. It has no boundaries. It is the source of all things, which everything emanates from. True power. The words that I speak. Um, it's unexplainable, but you know. And so I just wanted to encourage everyone that might be going through these cycles, I guess, of love. I don't know what we want to call it, but just stay steadfast and don't think about it. Just enjoy the journeyless journey. Just enjoy every moment. Stay in the present, and don't be too hard on yourself. It's not like you're running out of time. The mind is sometimes play tricks on you, like you're running out of time. You're gonna what if you die and you don't? Don't worry about all of that. You will um, be um, you will uh, meet your goal. I mean, if you stay steadfast, you will recognize yourself and it will unveil. It's unveiling right now already as we speak. If you're here and your own heart has pulled you to this video, then you're already there. You just don't know it. A lot of times we're there. That's what it was. We never left. We never left our true being. It's just veiled by all of the beliefs, the conditioning, the thoughts, um, all the stuff, the movie. It's just veiled. So you're there. So don't worry. Just enjoy the journey and live every moment in the moment. And so with that, I'm going to leave you with those words. If you have any comments in regard to this, or please share your experience. I would love to hear from you. Remember that you are beautiful and I love you.